This is Penal Colony number 6 of the Federal Penitentiary Service of Russia in Orenburg Oblast, otherwise more commonly known as the Black Dolphin Prison. This correctional facility in Sol-Iletsk, Orenburg Oblast, Russia, nears the border with Kazakhstan. It's considered to be one of the most dangerous prisons in the world. The prison is one of the oldest in Russia and one of the first in Orenburg Oblast to take prisoners with life sentences. Its unofficial name comes from a prisoner-constructed sculpture depicting a black dolphin, which is located in front of the main entrance. Since at least 1745, Black Dolphin was a jail, or ostrog in Russian, for those sentenced to life at hard labor. The prison was updated for the deportation and confinement of robbers after the suppression of Pugachev's rebellion in 1773. There are approximately 700 of Russia's worst criminals in the prison, including child molesters, murderers, terrorists, and serial killers. The prison began accepting these inmates on November 1, 2000. 2 inmates are assigned to each 50 square foot or 4.6 square meter cells that is behind 3 sets of steel doors to keep it extra isolated from guards and other inmates. Prisoners are allowed outside their cells for only 90 minutes per day in a barren concrete exercise yard. During this time, cells are searched for contraband or illegal items. Inmates are also kept under 24-hour surveillance and supervision. They can't rest or sit on their bunks from the time they wake up until they go to bed. The words, "Yes, sir," are required when prison officers make a command to the inmates. A guard makes rounds every 15 minutes to ensure that Black Dolphin inmates are complying with the rules. The prisoner is fed soup 4 times a day and is only allowed to listen to books, newspapers, and the radio. Prison guards blindfold arriving inmates to prevent them from mapping out the prison or planning escapes. Whenever the inmates are transported between buildings, they're blindfolded. The Black Dolphin prison officers have a unique method of escorting inmates. Prisoners are kept bent over at the waist while a guard holds their handcuffed hands behind their back, higher than the hips. Using this method allows for maximum brutal control while depriving the inmate of a view of his immediate surroundings. This prevents them from escaping and attacking prison staff. This technique is believed to be unique to Black Dolphin. Black Dolphin is currently housing some of the most notorious Russian inmates, known for heinous crimes against humanity, such as Sergei Maduev, a famous Soviet brigand and serial killer, also known as Chevronets; Vladimir Dragner, who is known as the Kamyshin Maniac, a Ukrainian-Russian serial killer; and Vadim Ershov, also known as the Krasnoyarsk Beast, a Russian serial killer known for having committed more than 70 crimes, including 19 murders, 8 attempted murders, among numerous others. This is the Mumbai Central Prison, also referred to as Arthur Road Jail. It was built in 1926 and is Mumbai's largest and oldest prison. It houses most of the city's prisoners and is considered to be one of the most dangerous prisons in the world. The prison has housed some of the most ruthless criminals the country has ever witnessed. It was declared a central jail in 1972. Even though its name was changed to Mumbai Central Prison, it's still often referred to as Arthur Road Jail. Approximately 2 acres of land are occupied by the jail. The jail is located near Jacob Circle in the southern part of the city. Residential properties now surround it. In terms of space and other facilities, the jail was originally built to accommodate 800 prisoners, but the average number of inmates is 2,900. The jail has frequently been reported to be overcrowded, and there have been proposals to build another facility in the eastern suburbs of the city to ease the load on the jail. This has resulted in terrible living conditions for the inmates. It was suggested by the State Human Rights Commission that the prison be decongested. In addition, a committee which was appointed to inspect the security of the jail has recommended that the prison be shifted due to many high-rise constructions around the jail. This congestion gave way to numerous instances of prison violence amongst gangs. In 2006, a clash broke out between the members of gangs belonging to Dawood Ibrahim and Chota Rahan. The authorities began lodging opposing groups in different parts of the jail after this incident. In 2010, a violent clash broke out between the gangster Abu Salem and Mustafa Dossa, who were both accused in the 1993 Bombay serial bomb blasts. Salem's face was slashed with a sharpened spoon. Eventually, in July 2021, 8 new barracks were added to the jail, which could accommodate 200 additional inmates. A shortage of funds caused by several delays in construction, which lasted 5 years. This was done to try and get rid of the overcrowding situation, something that the prison authorities were often criticized for. The prison has housed popular names, celebrities, mobsters, and terrorists. The likes of Sanjay Dutt, a Bollywood actor who was imprisoned for illegal possession of armed weapons, Ajmal Kasab, a Pakistani terrorist and a member of Lashkar-e-Taiba who took part in the 2008 Mumbai attacks. Abu Salem, terrorist and organized crime leader. Aryan Khan, son of actor Shah Rukh Khan, who was sent to this prison for drug-related offenses. The Maharashtra Home Minister, Anil Deshmukh, who was sent to this jail for running extortion racket, conniving with the Commissioner of Mumbai Police, Parambir Singh. And Raj Kundra, a British Indian businessman and husband of actress Shilpa Shetty, who was sent to prison for a pornography case. This is the HMP BELMARSH, or His Majesty's Prison in BELMARSH. It's a Category A men's prison in Thamesmead, southeast London in England. It's used in high-profile cases, especially those about national security. Since many of its inmates have committed nation security-threatening crimes, this prison is considered to be one of the most dangerous in the planet. This prison houses some of the most notorious criminals across the United Kingdom, such as David Copeland, a neo-Nazi who bombed a gay pub in Brixton Market in Brick Lane. Delroy Grant, also known as the Night Stalker, serial rapist and burglar with perhaps over 100. Stephen Port, also known as the Grinder Killer, charged with multiple rape cases and a murderer of 4 men. Ali Harbi Ali, who assassinated British politician David Ames, among numerous others. Within the prison grounds is the High Security Unit, or HSU. The prison has 48 single cells and is considered to be the most secure prison unit in the United Kingdom. It is run by His Majesty's Prison Service. Belmarsh Prison was built on part of the east side of the former Royal Arsenal in Woolwich and opened in 1991. Between 2001 and 2002, Belmarsh Prison was used to detain numerous people indefinitely without charge or trial under the provisions of the Part 4 of the Anti-Terrorism, Crime and Security Act 2001. Leading it to be called the British version of Guantanamo Bay. The law lords later criticized the Secretary of State for the Home Department that imprisoning people without trial was against the Human Rights Act. This method is often used for the detention of prisoners for terrorist-related offenses. In September 2006, the number of such prisoners was 51. In May 2007, there was a violent disturbance in the prison. At least 4 prison officers were injured. An inspection report from the Chief Inspector of Prisons criticized the excessive amount of force used to control inmates at the prison in November 2009. Several prisoners reported being intimidated or victimized by staff at Belmarsh, according to the report. Inmates at Belmarsh are now being offered access to education, workshops, and 2 gyms. There are 2 gyms, one focused on physical education courses and the other on recreation, which has a sports hall and a fitness room. The gym staff deliver accredited football coaching courses for prisoners as well. This is Guantanamo Bay Detention Camp. While many will recognize this prison from movies and literature, it's safe to say that this prison is one of the most dangerous in the world. It's a United States military prison occupied within Guantanamo Bay Naval Base, also referred to as Guantanamo, GTMO, and Gitmo, situated on the coast of Guantanamo Bay in Cuba. Since January 2002, when the military prison first opened after the September 11 attacks, 780 people have been held there, 739 have been moved elsewhere, 32 are still there, and 9 have died while they were there. This prison was constructed to house Taliban and Al-Qaeda suspects captured in Afghanistan. When President Obama was elected, he promised to close the prison, but it's still in operation today. According to several reports, by May 2011, there has been at least 6 reported suicides in Guantanamo. During August 2003, there were 23 suicide attempts. During the War on Terror, President George W. Bush's administration established camp following the September 11, 2001 attacks. Amnesty International considered the operations of this camp to be a major breach of human rights and a violation of the Due Process Clause of the 5th and 14th Amendments of the United States Constitution. This was due to the indefinite detention without trial. Bush's successor, U.S. President Barack Obama, promised that he would close the camp, but met strong bipartisan oppositions from the U.S. Congress, which passed laws to prohibit detainees from Guantanamo being transferred to the United States for any reason, including imprisonment or medical care. President Obama's administration saw the number of inmates decrease from about 250 to 41. In January 2018, President Donald Trump signed an executive order requiring the detention camp to remain open for an indefinite period. In May 2018, the Trump administration returned a prisoner to Saudi Arabia. In early February 2021, US President Joe Biden said that he would shut down the facility before he leaves office. But critics have said that the Biden administration has taken few steps to close the facility. Several $1 million of expansions to military commissions and other Guantanamo Bay facilities have been continued by the Department of Defense. So far, the Biden administration has released 8 detainees from Guantanamo. There are numerous prisons in the world which can categorically be called the most dangerous, housing some of the most evil criminals the world has ever witnessed. These were just a few. So what do you think? Which prison is the most dangerous? Let us know in the comments below.